Hi, my name is Allison and I make stuff. And today I'm going to talk to you about my October makes. October has been a very busy month for me, so I didn't end up getting that much sewing done, unfortunately. It's my birthday month, so there's a lot of plans and fun things that happened. Also, a lot of my makes are not sewing makes, so I'm going to start off with my sewing makes and then do my other ones at the end, just in case you're not interested in them. That's fine. But let's get started on sewing makes. So these are not in chronological order because I totally lack a sense of time and space, but I have been working on self-drafting a Peter Pan collar blouse for a really long time. I don't actually remember when I did the first muslin, which is this very wrinkly ghost over here. I actually think I did this in September, but this month I did my second version of it, which turned out pretty good. There's still some fit tweaks I want to do to it. If you follow me on Instagram, you will have already seen this by now, but this is it. Also super wrinkly. I did not finish the bottom yet. I was wearing it with a high-waisted skirt. I like to wear my test fits in the real world at least once, so that I get a better feel of how they fit when you're moving around and sitting and standing and stuff. This fit pretty darn well. I do need to add a little bit more room in the bust, tiny bit more, but all in all, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. My second sewing make is the most elaborate one of this month, and probably the reason why I didn't do much other sewing, but for my birthday, my husband took me to a corn maze, and it was Alice in Wonderland shaped, so the maze itself was shaped like characters from Alice in Wonderland. So I decided I wanted to make a dress to wear for my birthday. I have been eyeing this fabric from Rifle Paper Company on fabric.com for ages, and I thought this was the perfect excuse for me to finally buy it, treat myself for my birthday. So I made this like nice little dress here. It's pretty simple, just a kind of scoop neck, kind of almost like a boat neck. I do like to have like a wider neck. I feel like it shows off my shoulders and I like doing that. And then the skirt is pleated. It's kind of hard to tell because this fabric is so busy, so I'll probably insert a photo of that about here-ish. I recorded the entire process of drafting and making this dress, and I have been working through editing it for ages. We'll see if it happens, but it's just so much footage because it was a 2 or 3 day ordeal to finish this up. I ordered the fabric a couple weeks before my birthday, and then it arrived 2 days before we were gonna go out for my birthday on the weekend, and I whipped this dress together, and yeah, so hopefully I'll get that edited in a separate video. If not, oh my gosh, it's so much footage. My computer was not having a good time uploading all that footage. So this is make number 2. I should show you a close-up of this fabric though, because it is absolutely gorgeous. There's gold, kind of metallic bits on it. I kind of wish I had added pockets, but I was just in so much of a rush I could not be bothered. But it's a nice full skirt. I even included my little tags. It's kind of hard to see with the lighting in here, but it says Allison Makes Stuff. I had these made a while back. I think it goes really nice with the blue in the dress. So I'm pretty proud of this one. It fits really well. It's super flattering. Pretty happy, yeah. Okay. Sewing make number 3. Yes, 3, yeah. Is this very simple knit tank dress out of this kind of rust color. I went crazy and bought a ton of jersey recently because I need some more dresses to wear to work. So this is dress number 1 of that. It hits about knee length. It's just super duper simple pattern I drafted myself, sleeveless. That's it. It's nice, it's comfy, and it's a great color for fall. My last sewing make of the month was a little bit of a fail. I ran out of fabric, so it's a little short. I have been really enjoying making these swirl style wrap dresses. They button in the back and then you tie them in the front. And I made one last month. It's in this like a nice, beautiful baby blue linen blend. And I wanted to make one with a sweetheart neckline. I thought it would look really nice and vintage. So here is that. I feel like it looks so beautiful from the waist up because of this really nice neckline, though I think it is a little, the neckline's a little higher than I would have liked, so I think next time I might go a little bit lower. But I still have these pattern pieces. It has a bit of a drop shoulder, kind of cap sleeve situation. I did a covered button with this really nice piece of like scrap fabric a friend gave me with this pretty blue and white floral. I think it's cute little contrast, and look at that accidental pattern matching. So that is great. That turned out awesome. The problem is it's way too short. As you can see in the back, I like didn't even finish it because I tried it on to hem it and to realize it was way too short. So I think to fix that, I might just get some either navy blue or red and do some color blocking on the bottom. I'm not quite sure. I might try to go back to the store and see if they have more of this fabric and do maybe like a ruffle. I bought this fabric from a local store that does like remnant fabric and offcuts and stuff. So finding this fabric again is going to be a struggle, but at least I know the bodice fits when I want to make it again. So yeah, that was a bit of a fail. I also forgot which side the button goes on after I had made most of the garment and added the buttonhole. So I had to close up the button after I had made it and then make the button on the other side. So that's a little funny looking, but you can't tell because obviously the flap covers it. But this was a bit of a fail this month. But I learned a lot and it was fun. And in theory, it's really cute. Yeah. Okay, on to non-sewing makes. I'm going to talk about some of the Christmas gifts I'm making for people this year. A couple of them I have to do way in advance for various reasons, which I'll explain. But yeah, non-sewing makes. My first non-sewing make genre is cold processed soap. I made cold processed soap the first time about 2 years ago, and then because of various life things wasn't able to pick it up again. But now that I have a little bit more time on my hands, I was able to make a bunch of it. And I'll just show you a sampling because there's a lot of it and some of it's not as cute as the other stuff. But this is the first bar I'll show you. It's a unscented activated charcoal bar, very simple. I wanted something kind of unscented and manly, doodly, I don't know, to give as a gift. I also have a bar that is apple cidery, and I colored it green, just some blobs of greens and creams, and the top I did this swirly thing with bronze mica. And then this is super ugly, but I'm kind of into how ugly it is. It looks like the 90s kind of barfed on this bar of soap, but I was using up a bunch of scraps I had from trimming off other bars and thought it'd be fun to just play around with some colors and micas, and this is what came out. It's interesting, but I'm sure it will work just lovely. My soap recipe is olive oil, coconut oil, and shea butter, and sometimes if I have argan oil left over from making this moisturizer I make for my face, I'll add that too. Yeah, so here's my really ugly 90s soap. But I need to make those now because they take 4 to 6 weeks depending on your formula to fully cure before you can give them out or use them. So October is the month to make all your Christmas soap. My next non-sewing make is going to be these mugs I've been making. I've been taking a pottery class for the past, I want to say 3 or 4 months now, and my goal was to learn how to make mugs because I love drinking tea and they're just very useful items, things you can give away. So here's a couple, this is just also again a sampling of the things I made because I've made a lot of them. Some of them are still getting glazed and fired and whatnot, but here's one that has a nice texture to it, just plain, nice. I actually like this size. It's a little like short and fat, which I like for carrying around tea. I also made kind of more of a cappuccino style. So this is something you probably drink a latte or cappuccino out of. And then I did like a speckling of underglaze here. Nice size. And then this one's probably the wildest looking one I have. This is very elven. I did this funky kind of elf ear shaped handle, and then it's all drippy and organic looking. So this one turned out really, really, really cool. This one I have a friend in mind to give to. So a lot of these are gonna end up Christmas gifts because I don't need that many mugs in my life. Usually when I make like a large batch of mugs, I pick out 1 or 2 I want to keep and then I give the rest away. So this has been a hodgepodge of sewing and crafts and whatnot, but this is what I've been making during the month of October. It's starting to cool down where I am, so I'm really looking forward to wearing dual tones and drinking tea and cuddling up and scarves and gloves and everything that is fall before winter arrives. So I'm hoping November is going to be a lot more sewing and a lot more fun fall fashions to show you. So I'll see you in my next video. Bye!